Welcome back to Phrasal Verb News, where we use the news to teach you phrasal verbs and idioms in context. Tonight's episode is about an exciting breakthrough in the field of medicine. Meet Aaron James, a hardworking family man from the US who recently suffered a pretty bad electrical injury at work that took out half of his face, including his left eye. As part of his recovery, he recently underwent a facial transplant surgery, which included an eye transplant, meaning they took an eye from an organ donor and attached it to the retina and nerve endings behind his face. This is the first time something like this has ever been done. While he's still unable to see out of this eye, the surgery did go well, and the eye is healthy and has been accepted by the rest of his face, meaning there's no swelling or any complications from the surgery. Aaron even stated that the sensation and feeling in the region around his eye is already starting to come back, and he hopes that one day the vision will come back as well. When people asked Aaron why he was willing to be the first person in history to undergo such a complicated surgery, he stated that he had nothing to lose and hoped that his surgery would pave the way for future procedures and make it easier for doctors to treat victims of accidents and vision loss. Now on to the vocab. To take out means to remove something from a place or thing. For example, a few years ago in my home state, Texas, there was a crazy winter storm that took out the electricity in over half the state. Thankfully, I was living in Colombia at the time, so it didn't affect me at all. As a kid, I had to take out the trash every Wednesday night. In business, many large companies hope to take out their competitors, meaning they want to eliminate them from the market. En español, puede decir sacar. Por ejemplo, más tarde voy al cajero para sacar algo de dinero. In English, you would say later, I'm going to the ATM to take out some money. Undergo means to endure or experience something that's usually a long process and usually very difficult. For example, military recruits have to undergo many months of training before officially joining the army. The business is currently undergoing a restructuring process due to the economic recession. Last month, I had to undergo the embarrassment of singing karaoke at my friend's birthday party. En español, hay muchas maneras de decir undergo. En un sentido médico, sería como someterse a, por ejemplo, someterse a un examen, una cirugía, una cosa de esas que sea médica, someterse a. Pero en otros sentidos puede decir experimentar, sufrir, padecer. Por ejemplo, él sufrió una dieta muy difícil de 6 meses para prepararte para ir a la playa. In English, you would say he underwent a very rigorous diet for 6 months to prepare himself to go to the beach. We use the phrase go well or go bad simply to talk about the result of a situation. For example, your friend may ask you, how did your job interview go? And you can say, my job interview went well, my job interview went bad, it went great, it went terrible. Go plus the adjective. En español puede decir ir bien o ir mal. Es muy sencillo. Come back means to return. For example, his dad left to buy a gallon of milk and came back later that night. Many fashion trends from the 80s and 90s are coming back into style, meaning they're popular again. He came back to his old office job after his startup business failed. En español puede decir volver. Por ejemplo, él volvió a la competición tras su herida. To pave the way is to create opportunities that make things easier for others in the future. For example, the discovery of electricity paved the way for many of the modern technologies we use now. The civil rights movement in the US paved the way for better treatment of minorities in the United States. The new sales strategy paved the way for the company's future success. En español, puede decir abrir el camino. Por ejemplo, la serie Los Simpson abrió el camino para una nueva era de televisión. Si no estás de acuerdo con eso, in English, you can say The Simpsons paved the way for a new era television. We use the phrase nothing to lose to talk about a situation where taking a risk can't make your situation any worse, typically because your situation is already not that great. For example, after their first product failed, the company decided to rebrand because they had nothing to lose. Many people say to take risks when you're young because you have nothing to lose. If you're single, you have nothing to lose by asking someone on a date. If they say no, you'll still be single. Nothing to lose. En español puede decir nada que perder. Por ejemplo, a pesar de las bajas expectativas, el equipo jugó sin presión sabiendo que no tenía nada que perder. In English, you would say, despite the low expectations, the team played without pressure, knowing they had nothing to lose. A breakthrough is a discovery or realization that usually comes after a lot of hard work. The scientists achieved a breakthrough in their research after several years. After several months of negotiations, the two companies finally had a breakthrough and reached an agreement. I don't know why, but I always have a breakthrough on a problem when I stop thinking about it and just relax. En español es como un avance o un adelanto. Por ejemplo, el detectivo tuvo un gran avance en el caso mientras caminaba con su perro. In English, you would say the detective had a big breakthrough in the case while he was walking his dog. So what do you think about this surgery? Tell us down below and subscribe for more videos like this.